What is up? What is going on, people? Dave at SVA Card Collectors, and you might hear a little echo. I am actually waiting for an inspection for electrical panel. We had to, someone had to, not me, but separate the range from the microwave. They have to be on two separate breakers. So because of that, we have to wait for an inspection. And it's a beautiful time from 9:30 to 1:30. So that's the time that I have to wait. Lots of fun to be sitting here in an empty house. I've been on a goal kick. What do I want to do with my life? Do I want to just run away and move to a route? Now, getting more serious about scheduling, planning things that I want to accomplish and get done. Whenever I actually set goals, I actually complete them. And the only time when I don't set goals and I just go, I'm wishy-washy about everything, that's when a lot of things don't go according to plan. Who knew? And so there's a lot of things that I've been thinking about, and one of the things that I've said, that I spoke about yesterday or 2 days ago that has resonated with some people is not buying retail. There was the other, the Sportscard podcast. Sorry if I don't know the names of the podcast, but he said he stopped spending, buying retail altogether in 2019, and he was able to get his credit card debt or whatever, he had a $10,000 debt down. And that just goes to show how much he's spending on retail. I am not at that point or there, but give me a year and every single time you go in there throwing 20 to 40 bucks at something, you'll get there pretty quickly. And so it is, like I've always said, it's strictly gambling. That's all it is. It's not what I want my collection or my sports card life to be. It's not a bad thing to buy every once in a blue moon, but just have that factored into, well, this is money I'm throwing away. And that's really what it is. It's having fun. It's enjoyment. But on that note, how do you get smarter about buying and selling cards and flipping them? Some people who listen to the podcast are just all about their personal collection. So there's some people who go, I just really like the way a card looks. And so that's their basis of, what they buy. They go, oh, this looks nice. This is shiny. This sparkles. There's a little sparkle in my eye. It makes my you-know-what move. It moves a little bit, so they go out and buy it. That's perfectly fine, and that's what baseball cards and football and basketball cards should be about. A lot of people, most people, I would say, are not into that. They're into the high of gambling, which is buying boxes and trying to get that card that's worth $1 million. Or they're looking to flip. They're trying to make money. Online reselling is a huge market. And I came from the thrifting, selling, buying stuff on at clearance at Walmart and Target and trying to flip for some extra cash. It was more of a game to me than me actually needing the money. Because I never said, all right, here you go, honey. Here's some money that we can do something with. She was always going, you spend all this time and I don't see anything. And that's because I had a lot of money tied up in inventory. Plus, I didn't have a strategy of what I wanted to do with the money. Once I had this money, what do I do? And so I would just either buy more stuff and have it sit in my green room. And then I started getting into baseball cards last year, and I started throwing it into that stupidly, And then once I figured out how the game sort of worked, I started to make some money. But then I got trapped into stuff that I knew and was telling other people not to get into, but I did anyway. And so you get trapped You get trapped and you get, it's like a gambling high. And yeah, I'm on a small scale. I wasn't going crazy, but I'm spending enough money where I could see that I'm wasting money. And so you need to, just like I do, focus on what you want to accomplish. What do you want to do with your sports card life? And so do you want to just be a flipper? And if that's the case, all right, map out your year next year. Map out the sets that you want to go after. Take a look at pre-sales. Make sure you're ready to roll when that stuff comes out. If that's what you want to do. If you want to buy cases and flip them. If you want to buy boxes and hold them. Make sure that you have enough money to hold that money, because you're not going to be able to use it to buy stuff and flip. You just have to become an expert. And this is going to be a lot of things, and I don't think I'll be able to dive into it because I'm going to go all over the place. Because, just like I just said before, I didn't plan this podcast out perfectly. I had something in my mind that I wanted to do, but I'm going to be wishy-washy all over the place. And I'm just stuttering. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just walking around in this house. So if I go from, echoey to non-echoey, it's because I'm moving around. Because I like to move around and talk, because it gives me something to do while I'm jibber-jabbering. And so you should, figure out the budget. Figure out how much you want to spend per month. 2, become an expert. Become laser focused at what you want to do, and then start branching out. I wanted to get into Bowman Draft 2018. So I became laser focused, and I knew a lot about it, and I got really good at looking at center and making sure that what I was buying was correct. I made a couple of mistakes, but then I started getting really good. I started knowing the players. I really drilled into it. And that's why now people go, wow, Dave, how are you decent at grading? And it's because I constantly looked at cards. I constantly was just checking to make sure, hey, does this look right? Let me look at this listing. Let me compare it to another listing. Let me compare it to a PSA 10. What are the prices? And so I became laser focused, and I became pretty good at 2018. Boom, and draft. So there are some people who don't want anything to do with the modern era. They want to stick with vintage, which is awesome. But you better know it. And you want to know it where you know the card numbers. You want to know it where you know the errors and the misprints and things like that. So you don't miss a deal. So you see something and already know automatically, hey, this card is rare or it's not rare, and this is the range of the pricing. That's where you want to be at. And then you just start branching out. All right, well, I know this now. Is there something else that I'm going to like? And so also, now that you've become laser focused and you know what you want to do, all right, I want to flip. I want to make money. What price points do I need to be? If you don't have that much money, you need to be even more stringent and not just buying something cheap. You want to maximize your money. So you want to be very frugal and I'm only going to buy something that's very popular, that's going to sell quickly. And maybe I don't make as much, but I'm going to make money. And I'm going to continually do that. If you have more money to play with, then you can take those chances and get a bigger return, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. And you're okay with that. But that's because you have extra money. So figure out what you want to do. Figure out how quickly this is going to sell and where you want to sell it. Now, I think you should be using everything. eBay, Facebook, Instagram. You should be cross-listing on all three. Now, I'm telling you things, and you go, but Dave, you don't do that. And there's a reason why I go up and down with sales. Sometimes I do awesome with sales, sometimes I don't, because I don't have any goals and I don't have any focus. I know what to do. I think most people know what to do, but to actually do it is a different thing, and people become lazy. And it's all right to be lazy once in a while, but as long as you keep at it, you should be fine. Now, you should have some type of listing schedule. Hey, I want to list 10 or 15 cards or 15 items, if you have lots of stuff, like a lot of 10 cards or whatever. You should be, all right, well, I'm going to sell these cards for, I'm going to list 10 of these cards, 15 of these cards every single week. And stick to it. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't go, I missed this week. You can't miss a week. You should be listing 3 to 4 times a week. And that's that. Have a goal. Hey, I want to list 20 cards a week. Set out a day, and maybe you bang them out all at once, but you want to spread it out to 3 or 4 days. Because the more active your store is, as long as you're messing around with your store on eBay, the more traction your store is going to get, the better off you're going to be. Same thing with Instagram. Same thing with Facebook. If more people see you posting stuff on Facebook and you're interacting with people and you're trying to buy stuff, people are going to want to do more deals with you. The more you interact with every single platform, the better you're going to be. That's everything. I think that's more important than anything. Listing, buying the stuff correctly, listing, and interacting with your community, with the platforms. That, if you don't do anything else, do that. Because it's going to pay dividends at the end. It's going to come out and you're going to go, wow, I'm getting all these deals now that I wasn't getting before. I wonder why. Because people know who you are. This is the guy that buys 1950s cars and Commons. I'm going to sell it to him. And so once you're an expert, once you're known, you're going to have an easier time selling these cards and buying these cards because people are going to go to you. And so it's very important that you do all these steps and you plan it out. Hey, I'm going to list Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those are the days I want to make sure that I'm listing my 20 cards. Maybe it's 7 cards each day. Yes, I know, one day you'll do 6. But as long as you do it every single week and you're selling cards that people want, you're going to be making money. Now, once you start getting money and coming in, you'll be able to buy more expensive cards and getting bigger rates of return. And then again, then you'll be able to spread out a little bit. I suggest you become laser focused, but you have 2 sports to go for. Because like I said, you want to be buying baseball now, but during baseball season, yes, you're going to buy baseball cards, but you're not going to be getting these great deals as you would now. Basketball, you want to buy. There's certain times, because sometimes you have free agency. You want to be selling your cards during free agency of the guys that are, moving to different teams. People are going to want their cards because they're on their team now. But once that lull, once after that hype happens, then there's going to be a lull. That's when you want to start buying cards. You're going to be buying cards in the playoffs of players that are really good, but they're not in the playoffs. So their cards are going to be cheap because they were forgotten. And so you'll see that, and you'll see the trends. It pretty much happens the same thing every single year. Like baseball, now's the time to buy. Buy. And then once the spring training starts, now all the prospects are going to start getting hot again. There's going to be guys who people are going to jump on that they think are going to have a really good season. And then from there, you'll see if they were correct or not. If they weren't correct, stuff is going to start tanking because they're going to try to get out. They're going to go, oh, this guy stinks. I just want to get my money back. And prices will start getting lower and lower and lower. If you have faith in the guy, then that's buying opportunity. So you'll know all these trends because you're laser focused. You'll know what you're talking about. And you'll get it done. You buy the cards and make some bank, bro. That's what I'm talking about. So you need to have goals and you need to figure out what your sports card life is going to be. So you'll have, all right, I have $100. You better be very frugal. Maybe just buy one card with that $100. And it better be a popular card, and you better buy at a good deal, so maybe you can make $15. And you go, Dave, that's not that much. Well, then don't do that. Then go a different route. Maybe buy a lot of cards for $100, but then it'll be a lot more work. And you might make more money, but you also have to weigh out the time that you have. How much time can you, really give to this hobby? If you don't have that much time, then you're going to take less of a return because you don't have that time. So you'll buy one card, okay, and you'll sell it. How much time did that take for you to list that one card? Or to try to sell it on Instagram or Facebook? Nothing. Just say you bought a Juan Soto card, you bought it, it's worth $65. Guy just wants to get rid of it and he needs money, you bought it for $50 or $55. And then, you put it up, right back up on Facebook or Instagram or eBay, and you sell it for $75, within a month. And now you go, all right, well, I made $15. Whoop-de-doo. Well, if you have $100 to dedicate each month, so now you got that money back, and now you have $225. And if you say, no, I don't have $100 to give, I only have $50, whatever the case may be. You see where I'm going here. Maybe you buy one card, you flip it, so now you have $50, so now you make $60. Or if it's $60. And you say, well, I have another $50 I can give each month, so now you have $100. Now you have $260 or $270. And from there, you just keep going, and you just keep growing, you keep growing. If you're there buying blasters, if you're buying boxes, you're going to get stuck. Every single time you go like, I don't have any money. I ran out. I don't know what to do. And you're just going to wait. Or you're just going to keep spending more and more money chasing it. And that's what happens. You start chasing. Well, I got a hit. And that's where the gambling comes in. And you just keep on chasing and chasing. And you're never going to catch up. So those are some things. Those are some thoughts. Those are some ideas that I have. We can talk about them more on the FlickChat app, on Facebook group. Maybe we can set goals together. Yeah. I think it's a good strategy. If you have a goal, you work together. Hey, man, did you list your 10 each week? Yeah, I did. Did you? No. Why? Come on, let's go. It would be good, I think, as a community if you can start doing this stuff. And it would start with me, and it's got to trickle down. So this platform could help me, and I'm sure it will help others. Somewhat keep us in line and in check with our goals and what we want to do. All right, I'm done. I'm done talking. SVAcardcollectors.com. Download the FlickChat app. Also Facebook group. And you guys know what to do. Have a good weekend and buy some cards and go broke. Later.